Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live alone as an older man? Whether you're already living solo or simply considering it, this could be one of the most fulfilling chapters of your life. In this video, we'll explore the profound benefits of living on your own. From the freedom to rediscover your passions, to the peace and personal growth that solitude brings. Stick around until the end, because you'll learn how living alone can transform not just your daily life, but your entire outlook on the future. Before we dive in, I'd appreciate it if you liked this video. It helps me continue spreading valuable lessons. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend doing so and turning on the bell to stay updated on future videos. If you like this video, please comment 1, and if not, comment 0 to let me know your thoughts, so I can make better content for you. Now, let's get started. As an older man living alone, one of the most rewarding experiences is the unparalleled freedom it provides. This freedom goes far beyond just the everyday decisions. It's about having the power to shape your life according to your own preferences and desires. When you live alone, you have the liberty to craft your daily routine without needing to adjust for anyone else. From the moment you open your eyes in the morning until you fall asleep at night, your time is entirely yours. I recall the early days of living alone, which felt nothing short of liberating. The absence of the need to adapt to anyone else's schedule was a revelation. I loved waking up naturally, with no alarm clock forcing me to rise. Whether I took my time with breakfast or grabbed a quick bite, I enjoyed the simple pleasure of doing things on my own terms. Mornings became my sanctuary. Time to read or dedicate hours to a hobby, uninterrupted. Take, for example, a man in his early 60s who discovered a similar joy in solitude after moving into his own place. With no one to consider, he rediscovered his passion for painting. He transformed a corner of his living room into a cozy art studio and found that his creativity flourished in the quiet. He could paint for hours, uninterrupted by anyone else's needs, often until the early morning. This newfound freedom opened up possibilities he'd never experienced while living with others. For me, this freedom is not just about the absence of compromise. It's about having the space to explore my interests, passions, and aspects of my personality that were often overshadowed in shared living situations. Living alone has given me the space to truly know myself, to embrace my quirks, preferences, and rhythms. It's been a journey of self-discovery that, for many men, can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life as they age. The tranquility of living alone is often celebrated as one of the most cherished benefits. After decades of raising a family, building a career, and managing countless responsibilities, many older men find immense solace in the peace that solo living offers. It's more than just the absence of noise, it's an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, reflect on life's journey, and savor the simplicity that comes with stillness. I vividly remember the first time I truly experienced the profound silence of living alone. It was an early Sunday morning, the world outside still wrapped in a blanket of sleep, the sky painted with soft hues of dawn. I made myself a cup of coffee, savoring the aroma, and sat by the window. As I settled into my chair, I realized the only sounds breaking the silence were distant birds chirping and the gentle rustling of leaves. At that moment, an overwhelming sense of peace washed over me, peace found only in the absence of others' demands and expectations. Living alone means your morning routine can become a serene ritual. Picture yourself stepping onto a balcony, overlooking a garden bathed in morning light, coffee in hand. You sit down in complete stillness, free from the hum of conversation, the clatter of dishes, or the rush to get things done. This calm, undisturbed space becomes your sanctuary. A place where you can let your thoughts wander freely, connect with your innermost self, and reflect on life's bigger questions. The peace of solo living isn't just about silence. It's about creating a space where you can be wholly yourself, where you can reflect on the past, dream about the future, and fully immerse yourself in the present. It's the joy of waking up each day to a life that's entirely yours, where the only sounds are those you choose to hear, and the only company you need is your own. Living alone as an older man offers a profound and unique opportunity for personal growth. It's a time when the usual distractions of daily life fade into the background, allowing you to focus inward and giving you the space to reflect deeply on your past, your choices, and the direction you want your future to take. This solitude can become a powerful catalyst for self-discovery, enabling you to peel back the layers of your identity to reveal who you truly are and what you genuinely desire out of life. I vividly remember a time in my own life when I stood at a crossroads, unsure of which path to take. The constant buzz of everyday responsibilities and the expectations of others had drowned out my inner voice for so long that I had lost touch with what I truly wanted. However, when I began living alone, something remarkable shifted. The quiet evenings, the long, solitary weekends, these moments became fertile ground for introspection and self-exploration. I found myself returning to activities I had long abandoned, like journaling, a practice I hadn't engaged in since my youth. Through the simple act of putting pen to paper, I began to uncover the dreams, ambitions, and passions I had set aside over the years. Each entry brought me a step closer to reconnecting with the core of who I am. I came across a story shared by a man on a forum that deeply resonated with me. In his late 50s, after a long and demanding career and the dissolution of his marriage, he moved into a small, secluded cabin by a peaceful lake. The solitude offered him the perfect setting for reflection. He began journaling, diving into philosophical texts and taking up meditation. This quiet space allowed him to peel away the layers of societal expectations and reconnect with his true self, rediscovering his passions, values, and the essence of who he was. His journey is a testament to the transformative power of living alone, a path that leads to profound self-awareness and a renewed sense of purpose. Living alone offers the unparalleled benefit of complete control over your environment. This freedom allows you to tailor every aspect of your living space according to your personal preferences. Whether you prefer a space that's impeccably clean and organized, or one that embraces a more relaxed, cluttered charm, the choice is yours, and yours alone. You can arrange your furniture to suit your needs, decorate your home in a style that resonates with you, and organize your belongings in a way that reflects your individuality. This autonomy ensures that your living space becomes a true sanctuary, a place where you can fully be yourself. I'm reminded of a dear friend who, after a significant life change and a divorce, relocated to a quaint house nestled in the countryside. An avid collector of vintage cameras, a passion his ex-wife had never quite understood, he now had the opportunity to indulge in his hobby without reservation. He transformed one of the spare rooms into a dedicated gallery for his camera collection. Every morning as he walked into that room, he felt an overwhelming sense of pride and joy. The space became his personal museum, a reflection of his interests and passions, where he could celebrate what he loved without compromise. Similarly, I know of an older gentleman who reclaimed his home after his children moved out. He seized this opportunity to transform his living space into a reflection of his tastes and interests. His home was filled with antiques, cherished family heirlooms, and bookshelves brimming with his favorite literary works. Each item was thoughtfully chosen to represent a different chapter of his life. This curation of his environment not only brought him immense joy, but it also created a living space that was a true reflection of his personal history. The ability to shape his surroundings in alignment with his preferences provided him with a deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. At first glance, living alone might seem like it comes with higher costs. However, for many older men, it can significantly enhance their financial independence. When you live alone, you have complete control over your financial resources, which opens up a range of possibilities for managing your money more effectively. Without the need to support others, you can make financial decisions that perfectly align with your priorities and aspirations. I recall a particularly enlightening conversation with an old colleague who, after retiring, decided to sell his spacious family home and relocate to a charming apartment in the heart of the city. Initially, he had concerns about the financial strain of living alone, but he soon discovered that the reduced living expenses were not only manageable, they actually allowed him greater financial freedom. No longer burdened by the upkeep of a large house, he found that the money saved could be put toward enjoying his retirement more fully. This newfound financial flexibility enabled him to pursue his lifelong passion for photography, a pursuit he had always been drawn to, but never had the opportunity to explore due to financial constraints and a busy schedule. Another compelling example comes from a retiree who shared his experience of downsizing to a smaller home. He explained how this decision significantly lowered his expenses, freeing up additional funds for travel and long-cherished dreams. With the money saved on maintaining a larger property, he was able to embark on a solo trip to Europe to celebrate his 70th birthday. A once-in-a-lifetime adventure he had always dreamed of, but could never afford while living in a larger home. These stories highlight a key benefit of living alone: the ability to tailor your financial management to suit your individual needs and dreams. Whether it's downsizing to reduce expenses or reallocating savings to fulfill long-held aspirations, living alone offers a unique path to financial independence and personal satisfaction. Living alone as an older man nurtures a profound sense of self-reliance and resilience. It offers the opportunity to become intimately acquainted with your own abilities and limitations, and to develop the inner strength necessary to navigate the challenges of life independently. The isolation, while sometimes challenging, can also serve as an incubator for resilience, teaching you how to rely on yourself to solve problems, cope with difficulties, and find solutions in the absence of others. I recall a time when my car broke down in an unfamiliar part of town, far away from any help. Initially, I felt a surge of frustration and fear. However, as the minutes passed, I realized that the situation was an opportunity to test my ability to handle adversity on my own. I used my phone to locate nearby services, called for a tow, and made arrangements for repairs. By the time the situation was resolved, I had learned to trust my own resourcefulness, which gave me a renewed sense of independence. A similar experience was shared by a man in his late 60s who had been living alone for several years. After his wife's passing, he faced the daunting task of managing his finances on his own. The first few months were difficult, filled with uncertainty and mistakes. However, he embraced the challenge, learning about budgeting, taxes, and personal finance. His efforts not only improved his financial situation, but also taught him a valuable lesson in self-reliance. He remarked that the experience of facing challenges head-on and succeeding had profoundly transformed his sense of independence, allowing him to embrace life's uncertainties with resilience. Living alone gives you the chance to face problems that previously might have seemed insurmountable. Whether it's a health scare, a household repair, or simply managing the logistics of daily life, doing these things alone builds a sense of self-reliance that is empowering and reassuring. You come to realize that no matter what challenges life throws your way, you have the tools, the strength, and the resilience to handle them on your own. The freedom that comes with living alone is unmatched in its ability to foster personal growth and exploration. As an older man, you may find that you have more time and freedom to pursue interests that were once put on the back burner or never fully explored. Whether it's travel, hobbies, or intellectual pursuits, living alone creates the space for you to invest in yourself and your passions without distraction or compromise. A close friend of mine, after his children moved out, embraced his newfound solitude as an opportunity to explore his interests in art and history. He took painting classes, spent weekends visiting museums, and even traveled abroad to explore the great art capitals of Europe. This freedom to follow his passions transformed his life. His creativity flourished, and he reported feeling more alive and engaged than ever before. Another man I know, in his early 60s, had always dreamed of writing a novel, but had never found the time or motivation. After moving into a smaller apartment, free from the responsibilities of a large family home, he dedicated his evenings to writing. Within a year, he completed his first book, which he later self-published. His personal journey of exploration not only revitalized his sense of purpose, but also led to a deeper understanding of himself. Living alone allows you to indulge in the freedom of self-discovery and personal exploration. You can take spontaneous trips, experiment with new hobbies, or dive into new academic pursuits, without the pressure of accommodating others. The choices you make are entirely yours, and this autonomy can bring a profound sense of joy and fulfillment. Whether it's traveling to places you've always wanted to visit, learning new skills, or simply exploring new facets of your own personality, living alone offers unparalleled freedom to grow and evolve. Living alone also offers a deeper connection with nature, providing the opportunity to immerse yourself in its beauty and tranquility. Nature becomes not just an escape from daily life, but a vital part of the healing and personal growth process. Many older men find that time spent outdoors helps them reconnect with their inner selves, offering a much-needed respite from the fast-paced world. I vividly remember a time when I began taking morning walks in a nearby park as part of my daily routine. The solitude of those walks, coupled with the serenity of the natural surroundings, brought an unexpected sense of peace and clarity. Each morning, I would watch the sunrise, listen to the birds, and take in the beauty of the changing seasons. These simple acts of connecting with nature allowed me to shed the mental clutter that often clouds the mind. A story that particularly resonates with me comes from a man in his late 50s who, after moving into a cabin in the woods following his retirement, found solace and healing in the natural world. He started to spend most of his time outdoors, hiking, gardening, and simply sitting by the lake. Over time, he noticed a marked improvement in his mental health and an overwhelming sense of peace. He shared that nature had become his best therapist, providing both the space and the stillness to confront his inner thoughts and emotions. Living alone grants the freedom to cultivate a personal relationship with the natural world, offering a sense of tranquility that cannot be replicated in a busy household. Time spent outdoors, whether in solitude or with a few close friends, can provide clarity, emotional healing, and the space for deep self-reflection. Living alone as an older man also allows for the enjoyment of life's simpler pleasures. The absence of daily distractions and obligations means that you can fully appreciate the little things that often go unnoticed in a busy household. Whether it's savoring a quiet cup of coffee in the morning, listening to your favorite music, or enjoying the calm of a sunset, living alone offers the space to indulge in life's simple joys. For me, one of the most fulfilling aspects of living alone has been the chance to slow down and appreciate the small, often overlooked moments. In the past, I would rush through my day without taking the time to enjoy the simple pleasures. But now, with more time on my hands, I've come to treasure moments like watching the rain fall outside my window, or feeling the warmth of the sun on my face. These quiet moments of solitude bring a sense of peace and contentment that I had never fully experienced before. A man I know, who moved into a small apartment after retiring, found immense satisfaction in the simplicity of his new lifestyle. He spent his mornings in silence, reading a book or taking a walk around the neighborhood. The absence of the noise and busyness of a shared living space allowed him to reconnect with the simple pleasures of life, and he expressed how this newfound simplicity brought him greater joy and clarity than he had ever expected. Living alone encourages you to find satisfaction in the small, often quiet aspects of life. Without the constant noise and demands of a busy household, you can take the time to savor moments of solitude and reflection. This simplicity can lead to a deeper appreciation for the present moment, fostering contentment and fulfillment. Living alone offers the rare opportunity to become more self-aware, to observe your thoughts and behaviors without the influence or distractions of others. It's a time to reconnect with who you truly are, without the pressures of societal expectations or family dynamics. This increased self-awareness can lead to personal growth and a deeper understanding of your own needs, desires, and values. When I first began living alone, I found that I was able to pay more attention to my inner thoughts and emotions. I had time to reflect on the experiences that shaped me, the values I held dear, and the direction I wanted my life to take. This self-reflection helped me make more conscious decisions about how I spent my time and what I truly wanted to achieve in my life. A similar story comes from a woman in her early 60s who moved into her own apartment after her children had grown. She described how living alone allowed her to reconnect with her true self. Without the distractions of family life, she found the time to meditate, journal, and reflect on her life's journey. She said that this period of self-awareness helped her understand her own desires and priorities, and she was able to take steps toward creating a life that was more in alignment with her authentic self. Living alone creates the space for deep introspection, allowing you to better understand yourself, your goals, and your needs. This increased self-awareness can lead to greater emotional intelligence and a more fulfilling life. The quiet and solitude help you get in tune with your inner world, making it easier to live in a way that aligns with your true self. As we wrap up, it's clear that living alone as an older man presents a host of benefits, from increased self-reliance and resilience to the joy of personal reinvention and simplicity. The solitude offers you the freedom to discover new passions, deepen your relationships, and create a lifestyle that is uniquely your own. While it may come with challenges, the rewards of living alone are profound, providing opportunities for personal growth, peace, and fulfillment. I hope you found these insights helpful and thought-provoking. What resonated most with you in this video? How might you apply these lessons to your own life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your reflections may inspire others in our community to embrace the possibilities that come with living alone. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content that helps you enrich your life. I look forward to hearing from you and continuing this journey together.